Hi, I'm Carl Erickson, retired Sergeant Major with Army Special Ops.
I'm Command Sergeant Major retired Rick Lamb, also from Army Special Ops. We're here with Textron Systems. We're looking at the next generation squad weapon in 6.8. It is the next leap in technology.
Right there.
The replacement for the saw, the replacement for the battle rifle, these things are 6.8, but it's not just any old 6.8. It is this new 6.8
Case telescoped.
Case telescoped. This is insane. This is awesome. Now guys, this is a big deal. It's a big deal because the last time we did such a major swap of calibers was Vietnam era when we switched to 5.56. So literally everybody out there with their ARs under their beds and their M4s at work, literally this is that next generation. It's important. And Clark, tell us, just start at the beginning. What do we got going on here?
So Carl, it's great to be here today. You know, a lot of folks know Textron Systems as a world leader in air, land, and sea systems, but what most don't realize is that we have been involved in the weapons space for the last 15 years, really perfecting this new round, which is the case telescope ammunition. But not just the ammunition, the difference is that we view the ammunition and the weapon as a system. So it's a completely unique new design with a push-through feed and eject system. And because of that, it allows us to do things with weapons that you can't do in the current offerings that our soldiers carry.
This thing does not look like the usual 6.8 I'm used to playing with. Tell us about the ammo.
Right, so this is case telescoped ammo. And what that means is that the projectile is recessed down inside the end cap.
Okay.
So you can see it here where we've got translucent end cap and case, both polymer, and the projectile is seated down inside of there.
Yep.
So, but that's what makes it different. The things that make it the same are the ballistic train. You've got a standard 41 primer, you've got standard ball powder. That's all the same. But there's advantages to making this CT. So you can get higher performance out of a CT round than you can out of a conventional round because this is not relied on to take any of the ballistic load. All the mechanical components inside the weapon system, all those steel components, they're taking the ballistic load. This doesn't have to do anything besides act as a transporter of propellant into the chamber.
Increased lethality, increased barrier penetration, more energy delivered at distance, and still lightweight recoil, and more important, less weight, making it easier for our warfighters to carry it across the battlefield. I'm excited, man. We've got to shoot some more of this stuff. When you say, well, brand new system, everybody's gonna have to relearn muscle memory. I've been looking at these, all of my ergonomics on the gun, all my muscle memory for mag changes, everything stays the same. They're ambidextrous. You know, the battle rifle, for example, ambi mag release, ambi bolt lock, ambi selector lever, all of our muscle memory, because we're still at war.
That's right.
It's the same, but just some of the capabilities we're looking at here, weight alone, this thing looks larger than the saw, the M249. It feels like airsoft. It literally is that much lighter. You want to talk, which one you want to start with first?
So we can talk about the saw since it's close in front of me. Like you said, we spent a lot of time with soldiers getting their feedback on this within the team itself that has designed and developed these weapons. We have lots of former service members, and so we've incorporated that user feedback throughout the process. Critically important, you know, the gun itself, it's got to be connected to a user. And so all of the controls are right there in your firing hand, from your magazine release, your bolt catch and release, your selector lever, all can be done right with your firing hand without ever leaving the handle. But what we want to do is make sure that there's not a huge learning campaign that has to go on to transition soldiers from the current generation that they've been carried and have become used to the next generation.
So we've got 6.8 case telescoped ammunition, and it's wrapped in a fully circumferential link. So what that helps us to do, and we'll get into when we talk about loading and unloading, is there's no more brass to the grass, and you can only go in one way. So it's really friendly for night loading, etc. So, but to get into this, it's an open bolt weapon, and again, everything that your brain wants to do with the M249 and M240 still exists here.
All
right?
of my muscle memory is still applies. So we're not having to teach our current war fighters anything new.
That's right.
That's important. That's especially when you're in a country that's currently at war. Swapping guns like that's important.
Absolutely.
On the automatic rifle, what you have is a belt-fed variant with an ammunition pouch, and then the the ammunition itself is
Those are different links, aren't they?
different links. Again, you have weight in the links, so we've used polymer.
Can't get over how light that puppy is.
It's amazing. It's about a 35% reduction in the weight.
Why did Big Army go 6.8?
So the capability that we get is increased performance at range with this. And so what that allows is you have a lighter weight round, but you have a much higher pressure, and that increases the terminal energy at distance. And so that makes our soldiers more lethal than they are today with the current 5.56 round.
We're not going to get into the classified numbers or nothing like that, but we need to be able to crush and destroy targets, hard targets at extended distances, and this is letting us do this with less weight and basically less recoil. It's a joy to shoot. It really is. It's a joy to shoot this ammo.
Yeah, the recoil on this is considerably less than what you find in other comparative weapons. And so that's a great piece to be able to have the improved performance, have the increased range, but a more manageable recoil so that the soldier is able to reliably engage targets repeatedly.
Now, why do we need this? Why? Well, what we have is good enough. What we have is good. It's not the case. The battlefield is always evolving. Body armor is getting better, okay, but so are weapon systems. So now we've got to ask our war fighters to have heavier body armor. They've got to carry better optics. They've got to carry radios. Our gear is getting a little lighter, but we're asking them to carry more of it. And because of that, we need increased capability. There is a need to update this, and it's a big deal. I'm glad to see we're going in this direction. And I cannot get over the weight savings alone. The automatic rifle is much lighter than the saw. The ammo comparatively is lighter than regular ammo. And what that equates to is we're now using guns where we can hit harder, but we're still able to maneuver and function on the battlefield, doing whether it's small unit movement techniques, whether we're doing raids, ambushes, or even operations in urban terrain, mount or hostage rescue type ops. You're still able to do all this with a weapon that's now able to defeat a lot of other threats that we're expecting to see in the future. And let's take it out. Let's go.
Let's get it out to the range.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, it's a little more recoil than a 5.56. But considering with as much energy as we're hitting, we're hitting with more energy than a 308. And this is a joy to shoot. You don't mind if I shoot your ammo, do you?
Absolutely. That's what I brought her here for.
All right, now, I know I asked you for a nice short magazine
That's right.
like that, but the reality is my select deliver, it kind of feels a little wiggly, so I'm gonna move it over to the fun switch.
All
You
right.
good with that? We
Yes,
try
sir.
that out a little bit?
That's right.
Push, pull, and one click for semi-automatic
Correct.
fire, 2 clicks for freedom. All right, let me go to that piece of steel sitting way out there. We need bigger mags for this. You make 60 round mags yet?
We're working on it.
I'm digging that. I really am digging that right there. All right, Josh, so I'm used to M249, I'm used to 240. Everything looks the same, except I'm not lifting my feed tray cover. This thing just kind of slides to the side. I got that. Charging handles where it used to be. Gun on safe. You have to have it cocked before you load it?
You do not have to have a cock before you load it.
No.
Nope. So
Okay.
if you load it, like a helicopter configured, if you have a helicopter load or something like that, once you pull it to the rear, it's going to index that round over. It's not going to jump into your feet balls or anything kind of
Awesome,
stuff.
awesome, awesome. All right, but I'm not hurting it by having it
No,
cocked.
absolutely
All right.
not.
So, I already pulled that over, but basically I hook my ammo can. How many rounds does this sack hold?
That'll 70 rounds.
70 rounds. All right, cool. Clip it up underneath, piece of cake. What I like is this puppy has got semi-auto.
Right.
So it makes zeroing the gun a lot easier. Man, that is just badass. Let's make that dot just a little bit brighter. One click. And, oh man, it just makes it, it just wants to go to full auto. It does, it's like it just wants to go. All right, we'll do one. All right, one shot. Remember what I just said about being cool that you can shoot it semi-auto?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I like shooting it full auto better.
I'm not surprised. Round's complete.
We're gonna have to do that a couple more times. All right, so this was the next generation squad weapon. We got a chance to look at the new 6.8 ammo, great capability, increased performance at extended distances. We got to look at the new battle rifle. We got to look at the new squad automatic weapon for the automatic rifleman. Great, great systems all across the board. Again, these are still just prototypes, but this is awesome, and I'm glad that us here at Tactic Rifle, we got a chance to see it. You guys know the deal. Leave the comments below. Y'all take care and shoot straight. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter so you don't miss out on anything.